Hey guys, welcome back to the most powerful Sith in the galaxy.
Who's that?
Darth
Beanius.
Darth Beanie.
Yeah, we were just talking about The Empire Strikes Back, and Mabeanie was talking about how much he hates it. No, you were saying that you think that it works very well. It's a great sequel, but it's not a good standalone film.
Yeah.
Which I don't really understand the argument for, admittedly.
But it doesn't make it a bad movie. I just think that you can only really appreciate it in the context of having seen the first one.
I mean, like, I definitely agree with that, but I feel like that's... Yeah, you can apply that to any sequel, or most sequels at least. I feel like that, you know, even something as simple as, like, The Chamber of Secrets, you're not going to fully appreciate it until you've seen Philosopher's Stone, right?
Yeah.
Terminator 2 probably would help to know, like, who the Terminator is and who
Well, the first Terminator is the one that anyone should watch, really. Because it's the best one.
What I'm just saying is, like, I understand what you're saying in terms of, like, yeah, it doesn't work. It's, you know, you need to watch another Star Wars film at least to understand this one fully, but I don't really see how that's unique to Empire compared to any other sequel.
Yeah, alright.
Like,
what's
your
not.
point here?
It's not.
Oh.
Obviously that can apply to every Star Wars movie.
Except
for A New Hope.
Yeah.
Because A New Hope didn't end with what happens next. It ended with, okay, that's it.
You could probably start with Phantom Menace, right?
You could definitely start with Phantom Menace.
You definitely can't start with Force Awakens.
You should start with Rise of Skywalker, and then after that...
Work your way
start with Rise of Skywalker, and then...
Because then you'll be like,
Return of the Jedi.
You'll be like, who is this Palpatine, man? Yeah, and then you find out what happens to Palpatine.
And why is he back? And how is it somehow?
Yeah.
Have all these questions that'll never be answered.
Yeah, just to follow the Palpatine line backwards.
Yeah, that's what people have been saying, right? Like, oh, it's actually not the Skywalker saga, it's the Palpatine saga. Ooh. Yeah, sure.
I've seen a meme that's like, is Rey a Palpatine or a Skywalker?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's hilarious.
We call this watching Star Wars in the Palpatine machete order, where you start with Rise of Skywalker, and then you go to Return of the Jedi, and then you watch Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you see him, and then you're like, why is he so shitty looking? And then you watch Return of the Jedi, and you're like, okay, so he was supposed to die. Sure.
But he still kind of looks slightly shitty looking.
So who is this guy? And then you watch Revenge of the Sith, and you're like, oh, okay, so this is why he looks all shitty, and this is how he became so powerful. Sick. Alright, I'm done watching Star Wars.
Going back to Mabeanie's little list here, he says, it starts with Darth Vader's pursuit of the rebels, particularly Luke. Who Vader and Luke are is a subject already covered by the first film. Their connection is something that was not made in A New Hope. They have no interaction, Luke has nothing to say about Vader, and vice versa. They just know each other as adversaries in the rebellion versus the Empire. You know, it's weird, how does Vader find out that Luke is his son? How does he know that? You ever think about that?
I mean...
Or how is he not able to tell that Leia is his daughter?
Because he only finds out because Luke gives it away in his thoughts. Because Luke's worried about Han and Leia.
Right.
And then Vader's prying through his thoughts, being like, trying to find his fear and engage with it. That's why he's like, if you won't turn, perhaps she will.
But that's how that's how he finds out about Leia. I do remember that scene, but how does he find out about Luke? Him being his father.
Maybe he'd always known.
But again, how does he know that he's Luke's father and not Leia's father?
That is a good point.
I mean, it might be because she's just not Force sensitive at the time, and it might just be because of the connection between those two and the Force is why you can tell that Luke is his son, because he can, like, I don't know, read the ghost jizz in his veins or something. I don't
Stop
fucking know.
saying that, Frank. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, what is it with your veins today, Frank?
Yeah,
the Force and midichlorians are... It's just ghost bullshit.
It is space jizz. That's how Anakin was made. Palpatine's space jizz.
The Phantom Menace is obviously my favorite medical movie.
Yeah. Empire expands on a lot of things established in the first film. Jedi can move things with the Force, and the stronger you are with the Force, the more easily you can move things. Obi-Wan Kenobi was trained by Yoda, who is really old and lives in a swamp. Yes. that does happen. It's my favorite one yet. The Jedi and Vader have a tendency to be absolutely certain about things. Yeah, that's kind of their downfall, isn't it? Really, it's kind of what made them stupid in the first place.
I mean, yeah, that is one of the dumbest things about the Jedi's that always gets me. Oh, only Siths deal in absolutes. Ah, well, you have fear of loss, so you're a piece of shit. That's an absolute, buddy.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh.
I mean, people have made the argument that that's like a deliberate thing for them to like point out the hypocrisy of the Jedi Order and whatever.
Well, that all of that was their downfall.
Because I'm fairly sure, like the point, like they are trying to also show that the Jedi Order are like incompetent and have like lost certain like ways of something.
Yes.
Yeah, they're. Well, that's like what Count Dooku says in Attack of the Clones, is that the Jedi are shrouded by the dark side. They can't actually see the future anymore, or they can't see what's going on in the world anymore.
Yes, that's right.
And Obi-Wan's like, I don't believe that. That's rubbish. Count Dooku, you're evil. And Count Dooku's like, yeah, whatever, bye.
Vader was certain that Luke and the rebels were on Hoth, even though it was unlikely, and he was right. You could argue that's something to do with the Force as well. He's like,
He sensed his son.
I sense a lot of lives there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably a whole bunch of fucking.
But he sensed the Force in Luke in A New Hope when he's like, the Force is strong with this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they're in the.
Maybe he's just got a big. Force
Am I
pulse.
misremembering things?
Felt the Force.
What?
Didn't the Hoth stuff start with them just shooting out probes first?
Yeah, because
to
Vader was
scan the
looking
planet?
for. The Empire sent probes to find the rebellion, and they found it on Hoth. It was one of many probes, and so yeah.
But Vader was like, I don't know, this particular probe making me feel something weird. I feel it in my robo fingers.
And the rebellion,
Nice.
the rebellion found, they were like, oh, there's one of those probes out there. It's a funny language. Actually, they didn't know it was a probe. They were like, it's a funny language. Might be an Imperial code. And then sent Han and Chewie to go check it out. And
It's
they blew
just
it
a
up.
friendly black robot with a red eye with the Empire insignia on it.
They shot it and it detonated straight away. So they're like, oh shit, we should get ready. A lot of that stuff was really cool.
And then you think Tauntaun smelled bad on
But what
the
I
outside.
realized, another thing I realized is that
Oh, they smell bad.
is that after the Battle of Hoth, you don't see the rebellion until Return of the Jedi.
On the outside. Obi-Wan was certain that Luke would go to Yoda and train to become a Jedi, and because of that, Luke did do that, and soon as he had recovered from being frozen and escaped the Battle of Hoth.
Yep.
Hold on, let me read that again. Obi-Wan was certain that Luke would go to Yoda and train to become a Jedi, and because of that, why is every animal in the damn country suddenly outside our house?
It's getting dark.
Yoda was certain that Luke would be too difficult to train as a Jedi, and he was right. As a film and a series, the Rebellion, Empire, Luke, Han, and Leia, and how it all ties together is established in the first film, and there is no explanation of it at all in Empire. So I guess we've kind of already gone over that.
What was that?
You basically just explained that like who the characters are, what the Force is, and what the Empire is, isn't established in this film. They don't give it any time. They just all explain it in the first film.
Yeah.
Which I would argue is a good thing for a sequel because it gives you more time to talk about new stuff.
Yeah, and there is so much new stuff in. There's like Han and Leia's romance.
Yeah.
There's more of R2D2 and C3PO hanging out and being bros.
They do be hanging out.
Yeah, they do. They do a lot of hanging out. And also like the new things you can do with the Force and stuff like that.
In the context of all of Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back is the turning point for many important things. Luke's journey to become a Jedi, the Empire's destruction as Vader turns it personal, Han and Leia's relationship, and much of the iconography of Star Wars, including the classic line, I am your father, Han being frozen in carbonite, Luke training with Yoda, and Luke being captured by the snow monster. And that's all she wrote.
Yep.
Cool, man. Oh, that's Star Wars. What did you give Empire Strikes Back before? There it is on screen.
Pretty sure I
Yep,
give it.
thank you, Stephanie.
What would you give it now?
Probably a 9?
Cool, man. And there you go.
Yeah.
that's our Star Wars talk. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
See you next
time we're gonna do something else. How about I don't know, Elden Ring?
Yes.
I didn't mention it on the show, by the way. I did want to bring this one little thing up because I'm just kind of curious to see how Frank reacts, which I'm guessing he won't at all. But I just wanted to say that in terms of Elden Ring, all I have to say is I have nothing to say because I literally haven't played it at all since the last recording.
I believe it.
Yep, that's all there is to say. So I wouldn't worry about us talking about Elden Ring again anytime soon unless we do something crazy like a fucking series or some shit. I keep thinking like maybe that could be good because like I feel like those episodes did pretty well, I think, in terms of views, and I wonder if it's because people are curious to see my controversial opinions on Elden Ring.
Yeah.
But I thought if we did a whole series it'd be great, but no, I thought that series would easily be the longest series we would ever make. Ever.
Yeah,
and I would not have fun.
No. I mean, yeah, that we would make, yeah. I was starting to hum thought when you said it would be the longest series ever. I'm like, there's other games that would take a lot longer.
Oh yeah, Frank, name one.
Is it called Castlevania Symphony of the Night?
Absolutely not. That would be done in a
series.
single session, as I keep pointing out over and over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got to do that for the next game, I reckon.
If it was like a full Animal Crossing series, that would be a longer series.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
you can't
true.
finish
You
it.
can't finish the game. Yeah, I mean, you can get to the credits, I guess. That would actually, if we just got to the credits of Animal Crossing, I don't think that would be the longest series that we made. I still think like Colosseum and Majora's Mask would be longer.
Majora's Mask was 124 episodes.
And we're gonna do it again.
Yeah.
But we are doing Mario Sunshine 2. Mabeanie said he'd love to do it.
On the 21st of October, 2022.
Dude,
Coming to a channel.
I'm
near
so
you.
pumped. Yeah. Now that Frank's here, we should play all the games that we played again.
I don't think we can make Super Mario Sunshine 2 as good as Super Mario Sunshine 1.
Highly disagree.
But
Every playthrough.
Yeah,
is
I agree.
unique.
Let's reboot all the series that we've done
Every
already.
copy of Mario
which
Sunshine
means
is personalized.
mark it on your
Yeah.
calendars in the year 2023.
No, it was
Nuts
2022.
and
It was
Bolts
this
is
year.
coming back, baby.
No.
what was it?
Nuts and bolts.
That's supposed to
Nuts and
go
Bolts is
back.
coming back.
No,
baby.
actually, you know what
For its
series I
10
do
year
want to come back?
anniversary.
I want to do Wind Waker again.
Yeah.
For two reasons. One, we never finished it. And two, I want to play the HD version. And three,
We can kind of do it now.
we can do it. I years ago, I made a save on the HD Wii U version that I wanted to use.
If we ever get back to it.
Yeah, and I want to do that. Now Frank's here, we could do it. Except I'll play
30 years,
Fuck you
Banjo
guys.
Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, baby. 30 years.
I don't even know how we would play Nuts and Bolts, to be honest. Do you have a way of recording that?
I mean, yeah, I have a way of recording it. I could play it through Xbox Game Pass. You can stream it and play it on PC.
If you can make it happen,
And then
we
I
can
can
do
record
it.
that. Oh, I was
Oh.
mostly being sarcastic. I don't really want to play through that game.
You know what I'm
Recording
mostly
series.
sarcastic about?
Finishing the episode?
No, I'm serious.